Berkeley just recently made a day, Avotcia's Day, because she's such an integral part of this community. And if you would check out her website and her email, you'll find that she's popped all over the Bay doing a poetry reading to which people of all colors and nations feel most welcome. You will, if you attend her readings, you will hear poetry in native languages from all over the world, which makes it a very, very special thing. So I give you the universal poet, Avotcia.
I'm going to be doing two poems, one of which in my book is very, very long, so I'm going to be editing it as I'm reading it, so forgive me if it sounds kind of weird. I was, I got to compete now. See, the loose juice does that to folks. Just a second. But, quiet up there!
Go ahead.
Every year, I don't know how many of you have been to the Global African Jazz Symposium and Concert Series that Dr. Carlton Hester, the doctor who's the head of the jazz studies at UC Santa Cruz, does every year. Anyway, one year he had all my biggest heroes, Randy Weston and Donald Byrd and whatever, and he wanted me to do a thing on jazz as an international phenomenon, and I done the symposium, and I was just going to play and do poetry at first, and when he said that I had never done a symposium presentation, so I wrote this thing in, what can I say, symposium speak, and I showed it to him. He says, "Oh no, go home and do you." So, so anyway, this is going to be an edited version of Global African Jazz Dance, and subtitle is a Jolly Thing, Jolly, D-J-A-L-I, which is a hereditary historian, and since I'm one of 5 generations of performing artists, I'm qualified. I am poetry's musical child, a born-again sound freak. I have always been here, and I will always be here, and this time, like all the other times, was no accident. Someone somewhere in the bush wished me into existence. My coming was written in the field of some no-writing ancestor, an ancestor who was always watching and noticed every single time old Massa wasn't looking and took a break from being broken. An ancestor who was brave enough and defiant enough to risk their life and sing and dance and pray me into existence. I am the prize. The result of all their desperation, their trials and tribulations, I am the product of all those lives lived in whispers, the dreams they died for, the wish they couldn't speak of as me, a girl child coiled into being as much by necessity as by love, and set free by all the unseen tears of too many brothers left hanging from too many trees. Too mad to be sad, the ancestors just spit me out and I was back in the mix. Choice? I had no say. I was given a job to do and I landed on the road where Howlin' Wolf and Sun were crossed pairs and danced. They left me in the care of the very flamboyant and serious dancers, and the era I grew up in was completely saturated with the sweaty, graceful beauty of their art, the sexually explicit, erotic power of their syncopation, the inescapable hypnotic generations of centuries-old gyrations, and a harmonic signature of long ago times when the spirit of poetry first put its musical spell on me. Mine is a timeless destiny, a jolly destiny, and there is no way to escape it. I even bleed in A minor and I dream in 13ths. I say, I bleed in A minor and I dream in 13ths long before I was born. Music took control of my soul. I never needed or wanted any of those corny nursery rhymes, rhythmic B-flat clave, Olatunji's Yoruba chants for peace, Art Blakey's passion and drums called in the supernatural voice of Sabu. It was Sabu Martinez who sang in my liberation dance, and I fell asleep listening to the trees breathe. The sound of nightfall is my lullaby, and nighttime is always my right time, and the complex, sensual simplicity of a Shirley Horn song will always make my soul sing and Big Mama Thornton. Sister was like a triple dose of adrenaline. Cab Calloway, the spirit man of swing, forced me to hear with my eyes, and the pure spiritual integrity of Monga Santa Maria left me breathless. His gift of Latin jazz symphony, a mystical exercise you could dance to, left me so naturally high. I had to laugh and cry. He made me want to sing. Their music is my medicine. A melodic, phonotonic jazz, one of those can't live without keys, a key that helps to set me free down at the crossroads where it all comes together and it's calling out to me, it's calling out to me. Say it's calling out to me. Look for me. Look for me, I'll be dancing and jamming with Jean Lee and Sichabat over at the crossroads, naturally high as a kite, overdosing on vitamin B flat. I'll be swinging with Nina Simone, Wayne Shorter, and Jimmy Slide, getting down at the crossroads where the living and the dead are always partying big time. And Rasan still spraying us with his visionary soulfulness and electrifying and unifying the human race, spreading his bright moments all over the place. And that's where I want to be. I just got to be right there where the music is. I won't be too hard to find if you open your mind and listen and remember. There's too many who died to keep this magic alive. I say they're talking, they're singing, they're crying, and they're teaching. Hear their mantra. Are you listening? Because it still don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing, and they're always, always waiting right there to meet you at the crossroads. That's if the people don't have very much money, the 8-piece band. If they have a lot of money, there's 10 of us. And we've been lucky enough, we've gotten the Jazz Group of the Year twice, and on one CD, and it usually only happens when you have one CD, you can only get one Jazz Group of the Year. We've got 2 on the same one, and I'm really grateful for that. It's recorded live at Yoshi's. If any of you want to hear what it sounds like, please see me. I have the CDs and the books with me. I hope that you can hear the music, because I hear music in everything all the time. Well, Monk heard the music in the silences, and I hear music everywhere. So hopefully you can hear it. Hear all those wonderful musicians I play with. This last piece I'm going to do is called Obligado Argentina. I have 2 other books coming out. One is called Diez Boda Negra, Black Diaspora. And it was originally going to be about just black folks all over the Americas. And then when I started going further south, I thought everybody spoke either Spanish or English. And the further south I went, I found folks were speaking Zapotec, Mixtec, Garifuna, Quechua, and what have you. And so I met a wonderful guy from Honduras, who spoke about 6 of the native languages and what have you. And he blew my mind. The further south you go, the scarier it gets, because slavery is in full effect of blacks and Indians. And Argentina has one of the scariest histories of them all. And when I got there and started getting into some of the stuff to write that book, there's 4 of the poems that are in that book. They're also in this book. Obligado in Argentina, tango, that thing that you call tango. Tango comes from the word tango, which morphed into tango. It means dances from the delta area of the Congo. And it was like the blues of Argentina. People got killed for dancing tango. It was considered pornographic. It was considered obscene. It was considered something the no-no, and people actually got killed for dancing tango. And somewhere along the line, I had this with my friend Julian Carroll called an epiphany, and I saw these 2 beautiful black dancers doing the nasty on the dance floor, and of course I put me in the picture. And I wrote this poem. It's called Obligado in Argentina. Obligado is a bastardization of the word obligado, which means navel to navel. And I'm going in the book, it's all in Spanish, all in English, and I'm going to do what my friend calls a mashup and mix it all together. And if you want to get the whole thing, of course, you need the book. But I think it's really important that folks start listening to other people and listening to languages and hearing the music in the language, because there's so much more to what we say than the words. And it's about time we got off our pot and start listening to the humanity. So, Obligado en Argentina. Yo recuerdo la danza mística en las sensuales, ay Dios, y la música sensual, y el sabor a cuerpo sudoroso, el ambiente de nuestro orgullo arrogante, creatividad completa y desenfrenada, fuimos capachosos, bailadores negros, celebrándonos en templos del solar, yo, recordando los días estáticos, bailando contigo, libre, auténtico, una clave de nadie, tú y yo, una pareja conectada eternamente, bailando obligado, un exorcismo a pesar de una sombra de la esclavitud, colmada de una libertad inconquistada, bailando, adueñarse de fiebre apasionada, frenéticamente, pero suave y sin vergüenza. Remembering those far-away days, like a flood of memories and a waterfall of truth, memories tearing up the silence of historical lives. Unforgettable days that haunt me, echoes of painful sadnesses. I remember those bloody days and our Africanizing nights in secret sanctuaries, undercover happiness, forbidden joy, dancing navel to navel, dancing in safe havens, covered with tears. I remember the dusty, muddy dirt of our dance floors and the price we paid for the right to dance. I remember the magic of those nights full of stars, nights completely drunk on dance, sacred memories of an unforgettable legacy, you and I, two rhythmic volcanoes, two dark rebels, two black spirits older than time, dancing navel to navel, a holy ritual against the divine law of the lawless, and I remember you and those days dancing like we were out of our minds in the alleys, proud disciples of the church of dancing navel to navel right in the face of the evil ghost of slavery, dancing with you and your bigger than life spirit. You and I, we were one body, one heart, one inseparable soul, you and I, bathing in the moonlight, one unconquered couple together forever and ever, dancing, navel to navel in Argentina. Y yo recuerdo, tú y estos días bailando como locos en los callejones, discípulos atrevidos de la iglesia de bailando obligado, a pesar de una fantasma endiablada de la esclavitud, bailando contigo y tu espíritu inmortal, tú y yo fuimos uno, un cuerpo, un corazón, un alma inseparables, tú y yo, purificándonos en la luna, una pareja inconquistada juntos, el espíritu para siempre te amaba, para siempre jamás, bailando, y bailando,